always interesting seeing it through another person's eyes.
Nice to see you here.
Man.
We brought the Soviet Union style into the American life, and so we can check it out and see how the girls dancing. We have no choice here. Just grab the new car.
You're doing many businesses.
Cost like 10,000 per month. So
What was your biggest shock?
Babushka apartment, where the
Babushka's old lady. U.S. citizens have to learn from you. What can you teach?
Careless, never stress. Нельзя?
Good afternoon, guys. Question for you. What comes to mind when I say Russian or Ukrainian guy? Most people actually don't know, in the West I'd say, don't even know Ukraine is different than Russia. But overall, it's usually the picture of the tough guy in the movies, you know, the bad guy, the mafia guy, the vodka drinker. And I have a lot of affinity for that part of the world. I lived there for almost 4 years. So today we have the great pleasure of meeting up with Vitalli. And Vitalli is going to bring us into the Slavic world, deep into the Slavic world here in Miami Beach. There are a lot of Russians and Ukrainians here. Should be an adventure. I know how these people function, so I think it should be quite interesting. Yeah, let's do this. North side of Miami Beach. We have Matryoshka, deli and food, and Vitalli.
Hello, my friend. How are you? Nice to see you
Good to see you, man.
I have recovered from Corona, so we can.
Oh
do
yeah.
the
You had it?
Yeah.
How was it?
It's not the best that I feel in my life, however, but it's not the worst.
You look good, man.
Thank you so
You've
much.
taken on the Miami fashion. I didn't see those glasses in Kyiv.
Yeah. This is the north side of Miami greatest area, and it is called the Sunny Isles Beach.
Oh.
And this is the place where the most of the Slavic or Russian, Ukrainian people concentrated. I would call it the mixed area because we have a lot of people from the former Soviet Union.
Okay.
So we have Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Armenia.
So what are we doing today? What adventure are we gonna get into?
We moved to Miami like 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And so we opened our like an exclusive dance and fitness studio with an outdoor area with the pole dancing and everything, so we can check it out and see how the girls dancing, and then we can grab some food. And I mean,
So you're hitting the stereotype though, Vitalli, now. You know, Ukrainian guy comes to America, starts pole dancing business.
yeah,
Okay. But it's your wife's business.
it's my wife's business.
Looks like some good desserts here. So is this your go-to local eatery?
Yeah. For the one who missed the real Ukrainian or Russian food, you know, you can grab everything.
You got it here, huh?
Нельзя? А это для частного блога, просто русской жизни, respect. Нельзя, да?
No filming. What's going on with that, Vitalli? Why no filming? Is that some tough love Slavic style from home or what?
No, I think it's a kind of American style coming into the Russian or Ukrainian businesses, because you know this is the pretty American style to make the rules and put the fees and everything. That was the most, I mean, surprising for me when we moved here.
Yeah.
And I saw the rental agreement for the apartment, like 27 pages or something, and then I had to get some documents, some background checks, and have all these fees, you know, and this is the pretty common stuff for the American people, but it was really surprising for me.
When you moved to the States, what, 3 years ago? From Ukraine, from Kyiv?
3.5.
3.5?
Mhm.
What was the first big shock like bit of culture shock for you? Like you were like, wow, I didn't expect this, or?
And I was surprised because I thought the Miami would be like the Dubai.
Like more of a party?
Like more clean maybe, or something like that.
Okay.
We got an apartment on Hollywood Beach, and we came at night.
Yeah.
So when we woke up, I was shocked because I felt like I'm in a village or something like that. And because we started all this, you know, CSI Miami and all this stuff with the tallest buildings, with everything perfect. So and I was shocked, and I asked my wife, where's all these buildings? So then we found out, but yeah.
But now they're here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this part of the city is pretty nice.
Yeah. When we were in the Soviet Union with all these restrictions and everything, and then we moved to Miami, and looks like they are coming from the Soviet Union with us.
It's because you guys, you brought the restrictions here.
Yeah.
You flew them over.
We have this expression in Ukrainian when you come from the area when the raining now. So you can come. You can say, I brought the rain with me. So the same, we brought the Soviet Union style into the American life. So and meet my friend.
I wish I could say thank you, but it sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, your friend.
Yes, here is my friend Maria. Many people here in Sunny Isle, they don't speak English at all. So I appreciate this opportunity, you know, because I have an opportunity to speak in English class. Yeah.
So every day you guys are just working in Russian language?
Yeah,
all day long.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you see,
Yeah.
Russian store.
Kalinka, Matryoshka.
Russian store, Matryoshka.
All the Russian restaurants over there.
When you get to the U.S.,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
The former Soviet countries, it's like you're all brothers and sisters, right? When you get here,
I came with my brother.
Does it
That's
feel like
true.
that?
Yeah.
Like, because when you're in Ukraine, there's some political stuff, right? There's more tension
against the Russia and
There's more
everything.
tension.
But
Yeah.
here, because
It goes away, right?
Yeah, because
you know,
for the
we-
most Americans here, we all the Russians.
Yeah,
So
all
they.
people, we all Russians. We
Yeah,
speak
so
Russian
how
because,
frustrating is that when people say you're from Ukraine, they're like, oh, you're from Russia? Does it bother you? Or
I
no?
mean,
No,
it's not.
Not a big deal?
Not a big deal.
Okay.
Not
When
big
you
deal.
live here, you're just
you're
tired
So
of
just-
explaining every day.
Just to explain to those that don't know, the Soviet Union had 15 separate states. Russia was let's call it the nucleus.
Yeah.
Everything operated out of Moscow.
Yeah.
That was the big state.
Yeah.
But there are 15 others, Ukraine being one of them.
Yes.
Ukraine, the second most populous, I think. So there's Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Belarus, Tajikistan,
Georgia,
Uzbekistan. This
Armenia.
crazy swath of geography and culture all wrapped under one umbrella, Soviet Union. 91 breaks up, Ukraine goes its own way. So now, sometimes, depending where you're at in the country and who you're talking to, they're like, we're very, very pro-Ukraine. We want to have nothing to do with Russia. Other people are like, we want to have something to do with Russia. It's very complicated stuff. I'm not even going to try to explain here. But when you guys get here, it's cool, right? Everyone's one big family?
Yeah.
All right, so
All
cool.
people-
Because we have no
Russian,
choice here. We just have no choice.
What was your biggest shock, let's say, when you first moved to the United States?
When I come here,
Yeah.
my biggest shock is working in truck, you know?
Working what?
Working
truck.
like mover.
Oh, you worked as a mover.
Yeah. It's my big shock.
It was a humbling experience.
I live in truck 45 days, you know?
You lived in a truck 45
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Bad for relationships, huh? Are you married?
But for everything.
I have positive from this trip, you
Yeah.
know. I lose, I think, 23 kilograms from 45 days.
Like 50 pounds.
50 pounds, yes, because you hard work every day.
So maybe it's time to come back to work, bro.
Back to work.
bro. Just grabbed the new car 2 days ago for my wife
Oh, fantastic.
because she's pregnant now.
Oh, congrats.
She has. Thank you so much. And she had the convertible 2 doors, and we decided won't be easy, you know, to put the child and to open the top every time. So we got this.
Vitalli, where are we going?
We are going to check the known as Babushka apartments, where the
Babushka's old lady.
Yeah, the old
right?
lady and
what's old lady age-wise? What do you consider Babushka?
I think it depends on the appearance. You know, you can be
How they've aged,
you can be Babushka in 40s.
It's a fashion. Too,
Yeah,
right?
it's a fashion. It's a kind of the way you think, the way you accept the life and everything. So I mean, it's like, but check it out. Maybe you will see. You will know what it is.
Well, I know. I want to make sure people watching know. I'm very familiar with the babushki. We call them the Babushka mafiosa, and it's a joke because in apartments in Ukraine, at least the ones I lived in, there was always a collection of older women at the ground level, letting you in, making sure no crooks got in. But more than that, they really wanted to know about your life, what your thoughts were, who you're dating, what your income is.
And this is because they don't have an entertainment in Ukraine or in Russia. So the only way to get entertainment yourself is to do some gossip, something like that. So you can discuss with your babushka friends, like something about the neighbors, about the girls, about the guys, and something like that.
Babushka mafiosa, they know more about your life than you know about your life. For example, you know, is your relationship gonna last? Is your kid gonna be successful or a loser in life? Like,
yeah,
you know, are you sick or are you well? They'll even know if you're getting sick before you do. They'll come in with borscht soup or whatever. So there's a very, as I'm joking here, there's this very human, hospitable side. I enjoyed it. Sometimes it would get annoying, I gotta say, when they'd always be asking these questions. Their algorithm's better than Facebook. They know who's connected to who. They know everything in the system. So what are you doing for work here, Vitalli?
I do the life and business coaching, so I have clients all around the world.
Oh, cool.
And we opened a dance and fitness studio here.
You and your wife?
Yeah, and we have some online shops for the goods. My wife did their own design clothes. So something like that.
You're very entrepreneurial. You're doing many businesses. How has that been here?
There is the only way to live your best life in Miami, because when you got hired, I mean, when you just go to the normal regular work, you cannot afford a good car and something like that, because the wages here, they are lower than in California, for example, or in New York.
Okay.
So I mean, there are a lot of people who did their money, I mean, already, and then they moved to Florida. So that's why here we have a lot of seniors. Coronavirus heaven here, because we have just some small restrictions, like you can go inside a premises only with the mask on, but I think that's it. So you can
business is open,
restaurants open, clubs, even the clubs and karaoke, everything is open. There are a lot of expensive apartments here, like a super expensive and super luxurious, and our friends live in this apartment, and it costs like 10,000 per month. So I mean, it's not even it's not the cheapest place to live in the United States. So we have a lot of, I mean, this is the really fancy place. Like you see, there is the Porsche and luxury cars everywhere. So I mean, this is the mix of people who earned a lot of money and bring them from Ukraine or Russia here, with the people who just moved here and tried to survive and do some business and something like that. We have a lot of politicians here also who just trying to hide here from the Ukrainian or Russian government. And sometimes when you go to the beach, you see someone, and I just remember this face, and then I remember, oh, okay, this guy, he's stole like 10 million or something from Ukraine or from Russia,
Oh my
and now they are searching for
But he's
him.
here.
Yeah, but he's here, so just living here his best life or something like that. So many of Russians, they start their life in the United States from doing business in Russian or Ukrainian style. Then they got to the jail, and then and after that they start doing business in American way. So that's true.
So you have to go to prison first
Yeah.
to learn the rules. What about you? Did you go to prison?
No. I decided to go, to do in a different way. So I checked all this stuff. I read everything. I mean, I got all the permits and the license. So now I'm happy that I can do this in a legal and normal way. Вообще славянской культуре. Я вот ему вожу, показываю, райончик. Может, какие-то пару вопросов он вам задаст, если вы не против. Супер.
Откуда?
Украина.
Украина.
Одесса.
Сколько лет здесь?
Здесь уже...
How many years has she lived here?
Да.
You speak English?
Надо было
21 years.
I love
Fantastic.
New York very much. Very
You love New York?
We love New York. But here, better.
Here's better. The weather.
Weather.
Only not today.
Oh,
Маленькая Москва.
Маленькая Москва.
it's a little Moscow.
Да.
Little Moscow, Russia.
From Moscow, from Leningrad.
И наши
from
селебрити тут
Kyiv,
же вокруг живут.
Yeah.
From
Вот в
Odessa.
этом доме.
She said there are a lot of famous and
Actors
superstars,
and
actors or singers live here.
Okay, what is the best thing about living in US? What's the worst thing about living in US?
For me, all good. All good. I love America. Beautiful country from дороги, путешествия, туризм, дороги.
Like an
Я много
infrastructure
ездила,
and
да.
everything.
In travel,
Yeah, everything perfect.
You have no complaints.
Нет жалоб.
No.
Без проблем.
She said there is now in the United States it's a kind of the hard times with the politics and everything.
Right.
But they are like senior people. They're not trying not to be into it. So, I mean,
That's
maybe
smart.
it's the
That's
best.
smart.
It's
Yeah,
the best
yeah.
way. Is just care less, never stress.
It's really weird times in the US. But you know what? I see the TV, like everything looks like catastrophe, right? It looks like when you watch the TV, it all looks crazy.
But everything very...
On the streets, it's like
Especially here.
normal. It's completely. It's such a weird thing I have is watching online, and then I think something's going to be terrible outside, and it feels
No, maybe
okay.
in New York or
In
another
California.
book.
I live in
big
California.
Towns, but not here.
Yeah. You've seen the Soviet world. You've seen this world. What do Americans, U.S. citizens, have to learn from you? What can you teach?
To be patient.
Посоветовали.
To be patient.
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 О, да. Нет,
And
посоветую,
thankful for
чтобы они
all
не-
that
не-
you
в
the
социализм
people
не
have here.
углублялись.
Never go to the socialism.
Thankful for all that you have and never go to socialism.
That's true.
Don't do that.
And you see, Peter, this is I think this is one of the point, because they have lived here for 25 years or something, but they still, feel the fear. I mean, they are afraid of saying true about the Putin, about the political situation in Russia.
You think they're scared?
Yeah,
Really?
absolutely. Yeah. Or maybe this is the other trick. I will tell you right now. There may be a different trick, because when you move, this is an ability of our brain and of our memory. You just remember the good stuff, and after the years you just forgot everything bad happened.
That happens, right?
Yeah.
When I was in Ukraine, living in there,
Mm-hmm.
at first I saw only the good. Like living in a new country, in the beginning it's like a new relationship, right?
Absolutely.
And everything's good and they can't do anything wrong. And then some reality starts to come through, right? Like, and then if it's a good relationship,
Yeah.
you stay with it.
Yeah, a
Countries
routine,
are
like
the-
a routine. Then the routine started.
Yeah, I don't want to thrash on Ukraine because I loved it. I loved the culture, a lot of components of it. I really love the people. I liked how authentic things were. But that's one part of the culture that really sucks, is that hoard, take all,
Mhm.
and burn everything up around you and
Yeah.
get the hell out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that exists everywhere, but I think there is like one of the, you know, top places for that sort of stuff.
They say it in Russian like there is the expression like the panty, when it really matters for you what the other people think about you, and you're trying, you know, to show you not the life that you want to live, but the life the other want to see you live. Like that I'm, for example, I'm a super rich, I'm a
Right.
I'm a super guy or something like that. So that's the reason that why I can buy the super expensive car. I mean, I cannot even sometimes. This is the part of the culture. So sometimes the people, they just cannot afford this type of car, but they would better live in some cheaper apartments, but they will definitely drive some kind of Porsche or even Lamborghini. Something
So my
like that.
wife said because of Soviet times, because people didn't have anything.
Absolutely,
It's like
they
this.
were
It was
cutted.
suppressed so long, and now
Yeah,
that
yeah,
it's
yeah.
allowed, it's like to the extreme the other way.
And this is a good point, you know, this, because I remember when we moved here, and the first couple days we just go to the shop, to the malls, and then buy everything that we see around. It's like a country inside a country.
Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, feels like it. It's all new to me. So Vitalli, being an immigrant,
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel? Is it an easy adjustment? Are people cool? Do you feel like the culture's open to it, or what are your thoughts on that?
I think they're pretty cool and they're open, and I think that one of the pros for me of the Florida is that they're almost 70% of the people who live in Florida,
Yeah.
they were born not in Florida.
Okay.
So they're all immigrants. So I mean, I feel this. I have never seen any, you know, any racism or something like that here. So.
Yeah.
The people mostly friendly. They have their own cultures, and they're open to accept the culture from others.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main point for me, because they are not, you know, closed. Maybe it's because here we have like a 70% people here. They are Latin Americans or Cubans.
Right.
So they speak mostly Spanish, and we have like a 10% of the population. It's Russian speaking.
Okay.
So,
10%. you
yeah,
think? Really?
something like that.
Wow.
So it's pretty much.
And there's no problems between the two groups.
No.
No, you don't feel it.
I mean, the only problem, but it's everywhere, is when if the person is the bad person.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter the race or the skin color or something like that. So it's just about the person. So
Do you wish you learned Spanish before coming here?
I wish I could speak Spanish. Yeah, that's true. Because sometimes they even drop the phone when they call you and try to talk with you in Spanish, and then you say, "Oh, guys, stop! I don't speak Spanish at all," and they then just hang up the phone. So never mind. Russian kindergarten here.
So this is a whole nother Russian zone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do we?
Not a fancy Russian though.
Not a fancy one. Okay. Vitalli's quite a character. This is fun. Interesting. Always interesting seeing it through another person's eyes. How did that go from being a doctor and being well known to being an Uber driver?
It's called the pole fitness and the pole sport. It's the different stuff. If you want to grow in the new country, when you move, you have to be prepared to...
What would they think of in Ukraine if they heard all this? You guys have your own universe here, really.
Absolutely. They're trying to make people more dependent. Happy wife, happy life. What can I say more?
It's hard because I'm 50.
And this is one of the pros of the United States. They call it hachapuri. In Ukraine, no one can even think this way. Russian food in a Romanian restaurant with the Jews owner. I'm in the bazaar, you know. Is it good?